Hi, my name is Riley Allen. This is my review of the 2005 film, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. From what I've read, this one is more accurate to the book by Roald Dahl. We don't really have his opinion on it since he died, I think, in the 90s, somewhere in the 90s, but his widow said that she believes he'd have preferred this film and that the estate of his estate worked well to make sure this one was more in line with the books. So Charlie has both his parents in this movie. We get some backstory on Grandpa Joe. In this movie, it's continuity. Grandpa Joe worked for Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka has some good genes, apparently. Anyway. So it's basically the same as the original movie. The chocolate golden tickets go out and all the spoiled kids, rotten kids, find it. And this one is even more. So Charlie gets the ticket and hands it to Grandpa Joe, who immediately hops out of bed. Dear God. The befuddlement on the parents' faces were like, please tell me he couldn't have done that all this time, right? Please tell me he couldn't have done that. Also, I think it's funny that everybody has an English accent and then Willy Wonka doesn't, despite his father also having an English accent. So they all go to the factory, that's the same, and they're greeted by a performance of animatronics, which basically falters, and we get to meet Willy Wonka himself, and he's definitely a character. Somehow, he is both less of a serial killer and more of a serial killer than Gene Wilder's. I don't know how that's possible, but at times it swings in both directions. I am still positive there's bodies under that factory, though. I also love how the outside of the factory is all gray and dreary, and then the inside from then on out, it's so fantastical, It's got all these bright colors. Yeah. So it happens basically the same. One by one, they're all picked off, but the difference is Willy Wonka's having these flashbacks to his childhood, which I loved. Also, I love that they didn't put the belching scene. Which makes me think that was just a scene they added in the 1971 movie. So, they eventually get picked off one by one, and I'm iffy on the songs. I still really don't like them. Also, they changed the golden egg laying geese to squirrels, which I think was in the books, which is cool. So they go to use the elevator like they do in the last movie. Instead of just showing them floating, it shows Willy Wonka crashing through the damn house roof and offering to kidnap Charlie and make him the heir to the factory. Is essentially what he was doing. Like, yeah, you can come to the factory with me, but like you can't. Your parents can't come. They're not fun. It's kind of suspicious. What do you want? Why do you want to take that? It's kind of suspicious. Anyway, he proceeds to, after Charlie says no, fuck off, he proceeds to just leave in the damn elevator, leaving them to fix the damn house themselves. Like, bro. You better send a check. Your rich ass better send a check so they can fix this up. Although I do love that it made a point to say that Grandpa Joe did not spend the next day out of bed. He did not feel tired. So, and then it shows that Wonka's kind of deteriorating, basically, not his company. So he goes to Charlie for advice, and the theme of this movie is family. So Charlie brings him to speak with his father, Wonka's father. And this man proceeds to look at, who's a dentist. He's also played by the GOAT Christopher Lee. He proceeds to look in Wonka's mouth and is like, I haven't seen this bad of teeth since Willie. How bad is your teeth that your father recognizes that bullshit on sight? Like, I know that cavity. But I do love that they kind of portrayed, I can't tell if it's, his father image being warped by Wonka's image of him, or they were trying to portray a complex character. Because he kind of seemed like a dick in Wonka's memories, but that could both be because, we were seeing the worst of him and not the best, and this is Wonka's maybe warped perception of what really happened. Who knows? But Charlie notices a wall dedicated to all of Wonka's achievements, which, honestly, kind of cool. And I do love that his father looks at Willie and says, after all these, you come in here and you still can't floss? So, Willie makes the offer to Charlie and he accepts, but on the condition that his family can come. And Willie accepts that condition. So they're all living at the factory, and they have a nice Thanksgiving, and everybody's out of bed. I don't know if Grandpa George, Georgina, and Josephine, I think their names are, got out of the bed themselves, or they were moved. It's possible they were just moved and they wanted them to sit at the table for this special occasion. Who knows? I do think this is I think this is a 10 out of 10 film. I'm standing on it. 10 out of 10. I also love that we got character development for the parents. As they were walking out of the factory, and they all kind of snap at their children a little bit, which finally, maybe they'll start being parents. I kind of wish they didn't show that, though. Because then I could have because honestly, the way that Willie was playing it, like, it definitely seems like he predicted this was going to happen. Like, all those songs, they were pointing out, like, those songs look rehearsed, and they're like, no, it's very much improv, and some good, I'll believe him. I don't know if I really believe him. I mean, I'll believe him, but I'm not going to believe him. Anyway, 10 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10 film. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next video.